Hey everyone, welcome back. So we just got some major news for the Nintendo Switch Online update for the month of July, and trust me, it's a big one. In my opinion, it's the biggest update yet to the Nintendo Switch Online library. Now, when Nintendo first announced that they were adding Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games to the Nintendo Switch Online service, we right away saw that they were planning on launching The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons, and Oracle of Ages. Well, the date is finally here. Today, as of July 27th, we will be able to play these two classic Zelda games, which in my opinion are among some of the best entries of the retro series. Now let's just take a couple of minutes to look at why these games are such great additions to the Nintendo Switch Online library, and as we do that, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Now first of all, both these games are very unique entries in the Legend of Zelda series, where both games are actually distinct adventures, yet interconnected at the same time. Now, in my opinion, back in the day, Nintendo saw the success of launching two different Pokemon games at each and every stage, and they wanted to try it out for the Legend of Zelda series. But what this actually did is by combining both these games together, it is one of the biggest Legend of Zelda adventures from the retro era. Now, if we start with Oracle of Ages, it's basically a time-traveling adventure set in the land of Labrynna. The game's central mechanic involves the manipulation and flow of time, allowing players to interact with the world in the past and also the present states. Now, this mechanic was really well integrated into the game's puzzle design, and it demanded strategic thinking and a lot of careful exploration. It also featured an original main antagonist called Varen. Now, on the other hand, Oracle of Seasons rather takes place in the vibrant world of Holodrum, where basically the seasons are in chaos. Now, the game's unique mechanic here involves changing the seasons to overcome obstacles and progress through the game. Now, this mechanic adds a layer of complexity to the exploration and puzzle solving. However, the central element of this game is that it was considered to have the more difficult combat sections. It also generally had a quite simpler narrative, but it was still a very good one, and the main antagonist here was called the General of Darkness Onyx. But both of these games basically featured the awesome Zelda formula of dungeon crawling, puzzle solving, and epic boss battles. The graphics were also very good for the Game Boy Color era, and it had an amazing soundtrack, just like most Zelda games. But as I mentioned at the beginning, what truly set these two games apart was their interconnectivity. By using a password system, actions in one game can actually affect the other game, unlocking new content and altering story elements. And trust me, there's a big surprise for someone who plays completely through both games. Now personally, I'm really hoping that they're going to keep that same password system. I really think that that's what they're going to do, because with the Nintendo Switch Online system, they're pretty much emulating the old games. It was a great system back then, and it will really bring back that nostalgic feeling. Now, besides the fact that these are great entries in the Zelda series, the other reason I'm really glad we're finally getting these on the Nintendo Switch Online service is that today, these are very expensive games to buy in their original format. And for someone who really isn't into the emulation game, this might be the first time they'll ever get a chance to play these two great entries. So I don't know if you can tell, but I am super hyped to finally be getting these two games. I've been waiting them since day one of the announcement of the Game Boy Online service. So anyway, let me know down in the comments if you're as hyped as I am, and which one of the two games are you going to be playing first. But that's pretty much going to be all for today's video. Enjoy these two great games, and remember on the way out to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and click that notification bell so you know when all my future content comes out. And as usual, I hope I'll see you in my next video.